Welcome, systems check. System all clear. Initiating startup protocol. Welcome trivia and crypto degenerates. Access granted. Enjoy the descent into this immersive game of knowledge.
All right, there we go. We're live. Welcome, everybody, as always, to Trivia Vice. So we've got a really good one for you tonight. We're going to be doing some Disney. And I know, let's see, we've got Jerry says, Disney, not my strength. Well, you might be surprised because we are going to have some stuff like traditional animated Disney and theme park stuff and everything. But there might be a couple rounds that are more dedicated to some newer acquisitions on the Disney front. Some Star Wars, maybe, some Marvel. A little bit of everything. So there's going to be something for everybody. It won't just be solely focused on one particular thing, which I think is going to be really cool.
Absolutely. Just realizing now, I'm looking at my thing. My collar keeps popping up. I kind of got like a Dracula thing going on here. It keeps like popping up like this.
It's the
maybe I'll wear like this. What do you think? I think I look kind of cool.
The 2005 collar pop. You need like the Lacoste polo.
With no shoe, and I need the boat shoes with no socks.
Or if you want to be like more modern, get like the fake glasses. Like I saw somewhere the other day that's a thing. So people are wearing glasses that don't even need them. You just wear like clear lenses. Apparently, like that's the cool new thing to do. But Dan and I are old, so we aren't up to date with all the new things.
Yeah, we're just gonna get glasses because we're old, not because we look cool. All right, let's get going. Jerry said, "Should we call you Count?" Honestly, that's a pretty cool title to go by. If I had to go by any title, it would probably be Count. I'm trying to think of anything else I'd want because Your Highness is just way too long, but I don't know.
Bobby says Drew Carey's been wearing fake ones for years. Really?
I didn't know his were fake.
I didn't either.
Interesting. Now my whole world's turned upside down.
Yep. Can never look at him the same.
Yep.
Can't look at him.
I don't really, I don't like Whose Line Is It Anyway that much. I find certain things about it funny, but I don't really laugh that much at it most of the time.
I used to watch it occasionally, like when I was in like junior high, probably, and then it was fun for like a week.
All right, let's get started. I got Kyle and I both did a few rounds here. I did the majority of them, so I'm curious to see how everyone does. We're gonna start off in round one with Star Wars because, of course, Lucasfilm bought Star Wars, or Disney bought Lucasfilm and Star Wars about 10 years ago now, which is kind of crazy to think.
It is hard to believe it's been that long.
Really? So let's see. Jeffrey said that Drew had LASIK eye surgery. So what does LASIK even do? So what is it? Is it just make you I don't know. I don't know what it really honestly does. I know people like it corrects eye vision, but I don't know how it works. But he wears them still just because it's his iconic look. Anyway, so question number one. What was the original theatrical release title for Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope? War on the Stars, The Star Wars, or Star Tours? Can you go full screen on that, Kyle, or no? Your thing's like
Is it not full screen?
Oh, I can see like the bottom of your computer and stuff. Maybe you always do. Maybe I just never noticed before.
I think it always does that. I'm trying to fix it so like it doesn't do that, but I wonder if I get like a second screen if I can take that off. Maybe.
I don't know.
I'll have to look into it. Maybe there's a way to do that.
So originally,
this is the only way it allows us to do it right now, but
that's that. We'll fix it eventually. Hey, we do got the answers back up. So it was originally just Star Wars for the longest time until Empire came out a couple years later. Then they obviously changed it into an episodic thing. All right, question number 2. What planet is visited or featured the most in all of the films? Tatooine, Hoth, Endor, or Coruscant?
I love that background. That's probably one of my favorite scenes. I think that to me, what makes that scene right there is the music.
Oh yeah, honestly, what makes really any movie for particular, but Star Wars, the music, and I think even though John Williams did 7, 8, 9, other than Kylo Ren's theme, and even his is okay, there's just the music doesn't stand out. You got to think of like, you know, just traditional. The first 6 Star Wars films, love them or hate them, you got to love the music in all of them. They're very iconic. Each film's got iconic moment. So Tatooine is featured in, I believe, every film except for, trying to think where it's not featured. It would be episode 3. I believe is the only one that doesn't feature. Oh no, even episode 3 has
featured
it.
at the end of 3.
Yeah, you're right. All right, question number 3. What color is the first lightsaber Luke built? Red, orange, green, or blue?
So Tatooine wouldn't have been in episode 5.
Yeah, that's right. Starts in Hoth, and then you're right.
Dagobah, Bespin,
and then it wouldn't be in the until episode 9, which we just don't talk about. Not yet.
Nope. So this right here is interesting. This is a bit of a trick question. So
Yeah,
Luke did not build a blue lightsaber. That he inherited his father's lightsaber. So the first one he ever built would have been green.
Correct. And that was his first and only lightsaber Luke ever built. To our knowledge, as of now, green is the first and only lightsaber Luke has built himself. The blue one was Anakin's lightsaber that Obi-Wan had given into him.
Now, I'll go back to it. Go ahead.
So, number 4, what was Sheev Palpatine's first political job shown in episode 1? Was he a senator, governor, emperor, or congressman? Congressman Palpatine.
See, this isn't a fair question because technically his first and only political job is puppet master.
The Alpha Daddy.
Daddy Palps was.
They call him Daddy
the whole time.
So Jerry wanted to know, is Endor the one they blew up? So Endor, it's Alderaan. Alderaan the planet that gets blown up in episode 4.
Yeah, Endor's the forest moon in Return of the Jedi that has the where it's basically protecting the Death Star while they're building it.
Yeah, Kyle and I only like Star Wars just a little bit.
So what I was going to say on the last one is, so it's speculated. I don't know if Disney's ever came out and said it, but a lot of people are saying now that they think like a cool storyline basically would be when Luke built his lightsaber, the crystal actually would be from Qui-Gon's lightsaber.
That'd be really cool. All right, you got to name the Star Wars creature. Is it a Tauntaun, a Rancor, a Dewback, or a Bathniar? Does Kyle know this one?
Oh, absolutely. I'll wait till the end.
I was watching TikTok the other night.
I think so far you've gotten everybody because that is definitely a Dewback.
It is a Dewback. So
a Tauntaun is what Luke and Han and all them ride on Hoth in episode 5. The Rancor is the monster that's in Jabba's dungeon, basically.
And a Bathniar is just something I made up because it sounded like a Star Wars name. I should write a Star Wars script just for creatures, a Bathniar. So there was a guy on there showing off his Lego sets because that's what my For Your page has basically become as Star Wars and Batman, which I'm okay with. And he had the whole Tatooine set, and he was like describing it, and he's like, yeah, that thing that the Stormtroopers ride. I'm like, it's a Dewback. What are you doing? All right, so nobody got...
I just want to point out on that one, too, the made-up answer got the most answers out of all of them.
That's just because I'm good at writing Star Wars folklore, apparently. Can join my Star Wars forum. All right, so Mitch has got a point. Taken the first. Steph Sample with 1. And Jackpot with 1 as well. Going into round 2, which is going to be Disney. So we have 3 rounds that are Disney. 1 round Marvel, and obviously we just did the Star Wars one. I did not do a bonus tonight.
I got a bonus.
Perfect. I'm glad.
Well,
Jackpot says Bathniar sounds like a bantha. Like a bantha.
It does, actually.
It kind of does. Maybe I'm not as good at this as I thought. It just in my subconscious was thinking bantha. Steph says she's glad we got Star Wars out of the way. Well, that hurts my soul a little bit.
All right, number 1. What's the maximum height an attraction from Disney World can be? 55 feet, 250 feet, 199 feet, or 1,000 feet?
Do you know this one, Kyle? This is actually a Florida law that won't allow them to build over a certain height.
I'm going to say it's 250. I feel like it should be higher than that, but I'm going to guess 1,000 is probably too high, so I'm going to say 250.
It's actually 199 feet. So
really,
places like Cinderella's Castle is 199 feet exactly. The Escape from Everest attraction is 199 feet because planes need to be able to clear it in case of like emergencies or anything. The only building on Walt Disney World Resort that is over 200 feet is the Dolphin Resort, which is 58 feet. And I'm not sure why it got clearance for that, but it did. It is the only thing that is.
All right, number 2. Which land is not a land at Disneyland? Spaceland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, or Adventureland? Oh man, I'm just here in the background checking my answer for my bonus. It's gonna slap. I had to make sure I was right. I was pretty sure, but I had to make sure I was right.
Oh my God. Don't you love that when you're so sure, but you're the one making the question. So
it's gonna be a slapper.
And so Kelsey was wondering, this actually applies to Disneyland and Disney World. So it could be either. I just put Disneyland because I didn't want to put like both Disney parks because then you leave out all the ones in like Europe and Asia. So it is Spaceland. There is a Frontierland and a Fantasyland and an Adventureland. Spaceland really is technically Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, number 3. What Toy Story movie involves Andy going to college? Toy Story 5, Toy Story 4, Toy Story 3, or Toy Story 2? Okay, this one right here is definitely the saddest out of the 4 movies for sure.
Oh yeah, the
I remember seeing it in theaters and when it came out in like 2010, and I hadn't seen Toy Story in a long time at that point.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you don't forget it. Like I've seen it a lot more now because Lila's really, really into it. And I mean, they are really good movies, but I remember seeing it in theaters and like tearing up, during it. And I hadn't seen any of them. And like I said, probably like 10 years.
Yeah, it was 2010 and Andy went to college and that was the same summer I was going into college. Or it was 2009, excuse me. I think it was 2009. I think it was or maybe we were already in, I don't know. It was just weird because we were both in college, and Jerry wants to know if you cried. I cried, but full disclosure, I cried during a lot of movies.
Honestly,
TV shows.
I'll tell you what I think the saddest part of that movie was here in just a second. So number 4, in Sleeping Beauty, what is the name of the dragon? Maleficent, Igor, Grendel, or Chomper? So to me, the saddest part of that movie is at actually at the very beginning when they have the toys come up with this plot to try to get Andy to play with them. So they like fake call his cell phone and have the cell phone in the toy box so that he'll have to like reach in and grab it. And like he picks him up for like a brief second and they think that they're going to get played with. And then he sets him back in there and leaves them. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of pathetic more than anything, but
yeah.
But yeah, for sure. That movie's definitely a tearjerker.
I'll be honest, I don't know the answer to this. If I had to guess, because Lila, I don't think has seen Sleeping Beauty yet.
It is Maleficent. I didn't know this either. It's funny because you and I didn't really watch Sleeping Beauty a lot. I would have guessed something else. I didn't realize Maleficent transformed into the dragon. I did not know that.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. All right, number 5. Who is Arthur's magical wizard friend in Sword in the Stone? Merrick, Merlin, Gandalf, or Ector? Man, Lila hasn't seen Sword in the Stone.
Sword in the Stone slaps.
I used to love that movie.
Oh yeah, with Archimedes the owl.
Yeah, Archimedes.
Archimedes.
I always liked K. I always liked K.
Archimedes is such a dickbag. He just had to love the little guy.
Isn't the one guy's K, right?
Yeah, I think so.
the like super strong, like Gaston before there was Gaston, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was always my fave. But yeah, this one's definitely Merlin.
I don't think we fooled anybody with this. A little sad. I was hoping I'd get someone with like Gandalf.
He says Gandalf with the
Oh, Curtis, yeah. All right. Sword in the Stone, Lord of the Rings, same thing.
Yep.
Pish posh. All right, so wow, man, Mitch, 2 for 2, takes the official lead. We got Kelsey with a point and Joey now with a point. So now
I will say, saddest part of Sword in the Stone. Remember at the beginning? I think it's at the beginning when the wolf is trying to eat him. That poor wolf just wanted a meal, and
just wanted a meal.
Yeah,
I always thought close. When he gets like the arrow and is stuck in his mouth and it like goes upward, and he like chomps down on it. That had to hurt so bad. I don't know why I remember that but that's a core memory unlocked. All right, so now we're going into Marvel, and then we got 2 more Disney after that. Mitch says he's like Tom Brady over here. So Mitch is going to win a couple more, and then the final round he's going to blow it and then retire for good. Rip.
I will say, like I told you earlier, I just started watching, in honor to commemorate his retirement, I just started watching that Man in the Arena series on ESPN. It is really good.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
It kind of chronicles like his whole career, but it focuses specifically on the Super Bowl seasons, and and they bring in like a bunch of former teammates and stuff. It's really good.
All right, question number 1: what is the ranking for James Rhodes in the Air Force? Is it private, major, lieutenant, or colonel? Who's the better James Rhodes in the MCU, Kyle?
Oh, definitely Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle definitely brings more of like a relaxed version of it, which I do like.
I would have liked to have seen what what Howard could have done had they continued with it.
Because Terrence Howard's a good actor.
Yeah,
but
he
so
is.
is Don Cheadle. So
but I like Don Cheadle and Robert Downey Jr. together.
Yeah, I think Terrence Howard takes up too much screen presence. Like Don Cheadle's good just being Colonel Rhodes is good at just kind of being the backseat driver in any of the movies, and I think he does a good job with that. So we did actually. That's interesting. We split it right down the middle. He is Colonel Rhodes. Question number 2: what fake name does Natasha use in Iron Man 2 when she first meets Tony? So Nora, Nikki, Natalie, or Natalia? Kyle actually made this one, and I would not have gotten this question. This is one I wouldn't have gotten.
2 slaps. Still one of my faves.
Interesting, Kyle. I don't dislike it. It's by no means a bad movie. It's just definitely not my top.
I think it's not put together as good as some of the other. I mean, especially like compared to the first Iron Man. But I think it's got some of the best scenes out of all the Iron Man movies, but also I'd say out of all the Marvel movies. It's got some of the top scenes. It's just the movie itself isn't put together as well.
Well, they were trying to build upon. That was a movie that was sacrificed for the greater good. They were trying to build the Avengers, and they were trying to really put so much in it. So it is Natalie.
She says her name's Natalie Rushman.
Yep. And then kicks Happy Hogan's ass. All right, question number 3. What is the name of Thor's axe? Striker, Stormbreaker, Mjolnir, or Chopper? So you know what bothers me so much about Infinity War and Endgame? They call it an axe throughout especially in Infinity War when they're making it. For the axe, it's a maul. There's a difference. A maul is a one bladed thing. An axe is a 2-sided weapon. A maul is flat on one end, and it looks like an axe on one end, but it's flat on the other end.
Oh man, we got a lot of people on this. So Mjolnir is actually his hammer. Stormbreaker is the axe.
Yeah. Mjolnir is such a better name. Even though I don't know what it means. Stormbreaker's a cool name.
Stormbreaker's a badass name though.
But they keep calling it an axe and it ruins it for me. It's not a goddamn axe. It's a maul. And that's a cool name. You could call it I don't know. Call something. It's not an axe, all right? Just saying it right now. I'm not gonna ever get over that. All right, question number 4. What is Tony Stark's dad's name? Howard, Henry, Harold, or Hank? Stephanie says this round's all Marvel movies. Yeah, she doesn't listen to us when we talk, apparently. Yeah, this whole round is Marvel.
So most people, I think, got this. I was figuring that I'd get a few more people with Hank or Henry. I figured Harold wouldn't get a lot of them, but it is Howard Stark. But I figured we'd get Hank just because of Hank Pym.
Yeah.
And we did get a few of them, but yeah, it's the correct answer is Howard.
Oh, Steph says mom was asking if it was Disney. Okay. I was like, I don't know why she's randomly just saying. So Marvel is owned by Disney now. Marvel Studios is. So that's why I'd like to clarify that. All right, final question of the rounds. Then we're back to Disney. Which eye is Nick Fury missing? His right or his left? And full disclosure, Kyle and I both got this wrong. I don't know why we both thought it was the opposite.
I think it's because, like, on screen when you look at him, you're looking at him opposite. So you think, like, to me, that I guess that's what I kept on thinking. Like, I kept thinking as I see it on screen, I match it up with my own eye, even though it's backwards.
Yeah, that probably is it.
A lot of people going 2. Let's see.
Do you think they go 2 just because there's a lot of people that don't know and they're just going with the crowd?
Could be.
Or you got me. Gav said he's missing both eyes.
We should have put that in there.
Although technically, so he is missing his left eye. We do find out in the Winter Soldier it's still kind of there. It's just like derpy. It's like defective.
Wow, okay, a lot of people got that. I did not think that many people would get that because Dan and I both, like, I actually put right in as the right answer, and Dan confirmed it, and then we were like, we better double check.
Yeah, we were wrong. All right, so let's see. Alex gets a point. We're very spread out today, which is it's always interesting. This might make Kyle's super secret, super duper bonus question come in handy. All right, and Curtis. So now we have Mitch has got 2 points. Stephanie Sample, Jackpot Jeffrey, Kelsey, Joey, Alex, Evelyn, and Curtis, all with 1. So a lot of people going back to round number 4, which is Disney again.
Watch, I think my bonus is going to be like super badass, and it's probably going to end up like, I think it's a hard bonus question, but
you're talking it up so
it's probably
much.
going to end up like 2 seconds later, somebody's going to have the right answer.
Yep.
I don't think so, but
okay. Is it one that like requires like a specific date or a specific number?
No, it's based around a person.
Okay.
All right, number 1. What is the name that's listed above Pooh's house? Sanders, Rodgers, Finns, or Connors? Dude, we need the Pooh slaps.
It really does.
It cracks me up. As a 31-year-old man, like, he just cracks me up.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh's the GOAT.
Jerry wants to know, are we going to do a Super Bowl themed one? Yeah, we could do that. That would be fun.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Kyle's definitely more of the football aficionado than I am, but I'll try my best.
We should definitely do it. All right, so this one's definitely Sanders.
Yeah, with the 1 S backwards.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And we never find out. So come to find out, I don't think it's ever stated, because Steph and I looked this up one time. Was that like Pooh's real name, or who was that? And I don't think it's ever explicitly said who Mr. Sanders is.
I guess I never really thought of it. Like, I always knew that it said it. I just never thought about that. I don't know. All right, number 2. What's the name of the slug secretary in Monsters, Inc.? Roz, Rose, Reba, or Rachel? Well, I definitely know this because we just watched it the other day. Lila wanted to play Monsters, Inc. So I was Sully and Tito. Yeah, this is definitely Roz. Always watching.
Oh, man. And then you have, so Rose is actually the replacement It's Roz's cousin in Monsters at Work, which we're into right
I
now.
haven't watched that. Lila's starting to get into that and starting to watch that, but
Bailey loves Monsters.
I haven't seen Monsters at Work, and I actually haven't seen Monsters University either.
What? Steph and I saw that in theaters. I don't know why I said that like I was bragging, but we did. It was awesome. We just watched it tonight.
All right, number 3. What does Boo refer to Sully as? Tiger, Sully, kitty, or bear?
I kind of thought if you've seen the movie, you're gonna know this one.
Mm-hmm.
Man, at the end when Boo has to go back in, and then she
Yep.
closes the door and then opens it again to hopefully find Sully there, and Sully's gone. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Saw that like a week ago, and I cried.
Oh yeah.
I don't even care.
Plus, is there a better like voice casting than John Goodman as Sully?
Yeah, you're right. He
He's
does
like
a really good
perfect.
job. They return in Monsters at Work. Him and Billy Crystal both come back
Do they?
for the whole show. Yeah,
Billy Crystal was really good too, but John Goodman, man, he just slaps.
and they're in Monsters University. They're in that too.
I'll have to check it out. All right, number 4. What happens to Tarzan's parents in Tarzan? Plane crash, lost in the jungle, killed by a leopard, drowned in a boat wreck. I don't know if Lila's seen Tarzan yet. I think she started watching it the one day, but never got a chance to finish it.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing with Bailey. She didn't really get into it yet. So I put specifically the 1998 version because in the novel, Tarzan's parents are killed in a plane crash.
Gotcha. Yep.
Not sure why in the film they're killed. I guess it makes the stakes higher because like a plane can't come back to kill you again.
Right.
So you got to have the leopard there for the final showdown, I guess. But it's not even the final showdown. It's only like midway through the film. When
I was gonna say, yeah, I think it's only like midway through because the final showdown's him and what's his face there, Clayton.
Clayton is not a bad guy. All right, I'm just gonna go out there. I sympathize with a lot of villains like Gaston and Clayton.
Oh yeah, Gaston is the goat of all villains.
Yep.
All right, number 5. Who does Billy Joel voice in Oliver and Company? Tito, Oliver, Einstein, or Dodger? Man, I haven't seen this in. I think the only time I've ever seen Oliver and Company. Didn't we see it in theaters? Like, didn't it get re-released and we saw it?
I have no. I saw it at a friend's house one time.
I could have swore like we saw it in theaters. Like we were on vacation or something and saw it in theaters, like in Florida or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. I was very young.
I think this is the only time I've seen it. 'Cause I think they because it was made in the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, like 88.
And then I think they re-released it like mid 90s and we saw it. But I think that's the only time I've ever seen that.
Wow, a lot of people got this. I honestly didn't know his name.
I thought it was Dodger, right?
Dodger and Oliver is Joey Lawrence voiced him when he was a kid. I know the song "Why Should I Worry" just because Billy Joel sings it and Billy Joel slaps, but that's the only part of the movie I really remember. All right, so Jerry, despite saying he doesn't know much about Disney, ends up getting 5 for 5. I'm just saying. So Mitch pulls away even further with 3 points. Joey's got 2 now in second place, and Jerry gets on the board. So we got Jerry, Curtis, Evelyn, Alex, Kelsey, Jackpot Jeffrey, and Stephanie Sample, all with 1 apiece in third place. Joey in second place, all alone with 2, and then Mitchell all alone with 3. Going into the final round.
Jerry says he saw Billy Joel last month at Madison Square Garden.
I would love to see Billy Joel at the Garden. That would be really cool. Our brother just saw him last month there, a couple months ago.
Yeah, I was going to say a couple months ago. I love me some Billy Joel.
I changed the background color for the final one because that red kind of hurt my eyes. All right, question number 1. What is the name of the seagull in The Little Mermaid? Winston, Scuttle, Sammy, or Carmichael?
I like all the names.
You like that?
Yeah.
I have to go with whimsical names, and to me, all of these are pretty whimsical.
So when we go walk, like over the last summer, we went walking down by the lake, and there was a bunch of seagulls down there, and Lila just kept walking by each one of them. Hi, Scuttle. Hi, Scuttle.
When I think of seagulls now, I think of the bad lip reading song called "Seagulls" that Yoda sings. But we got Bailey. Bailey loves that now.
Dude, Little Mermaid does slap. We never watched it when we were younger, so I'd never seen it until Lila watched it. But it's a good movie. Okay, here's my question: why in almost all Disney movies, and I know it's like a time period thing, like most of them are, based around like older time periods, but every single time they all get married within like a day of meeting somebody.
Yeah, plot convenience, I guess. All right, question number 2. What is the main race in the movie Cars? The Piston Cup, the Piston 500, the Lugnut Cup, or the Firestone 500? You know how hard it was to come up with names that like sounded kind of, I guess, like the race that they do.
So like Little Mermaid, okay, he like vows that he's gonna marry her literally with it, doesn't even know who it is, just knows that he heard her singing when she saved him from the boat.
Yep.
And then he ends up like falling in love with her even though she can't even talk for a while. Like, okay, like doesn't make any sense.
That shouldn't
Even
be...
even Beauty and the Beast. Okay, how long was Belle in the castle?
Well, seasons
Not
changed.
very.
They were like fall in the beginning, and it was winter when they sang the one song. And then by the end, I think it was spring. So I think some time had passed.
Okay. All right.
I think. Question number 3. What does Boo refer to Mike as in Monsters, Inc.? Mikey, Mike Wasowski, friend, or Boo?
Okay, or Snow White. Literally, he comes by the castle and they sing one song together, and then all of a sudden,
yeah,
she's in love with him.
Yeah, I don't know if singing was a prerequisite to marriage, then I wouldn't be married because I am not a good singer, not one bit. So Boo refers to Mike as Mike Wasowski. That Mike Wasowski, Kitty, and Boo are the only 3 things she says, or I guess 4 technically if you say Mike Wasowski. So Mike Wasowski, Boo, and Kitty, the only 3 words that she says in the entire film. Question number 4. Where was the ride It's a Small World After All originally built for? The New York World's Fair, the Texas State Fair, Disney World, or Disneyland?
So actually, technically in Monsters, Inc., I think she says she puts on like the hard helmet, and I think she says "I'm Tigger" or something like that, because Lila was doing that the other day. We have the one cowboy hat from Halloween. She kept putting it on her head, and she kept like we couldn't figure out what she was saying, and then she was doing it as she was watching the movie, and we saw that scene, and I'm like, she's pretending to be Boo, and she's putting the hat on her head, and it sounds like she says "I'm Tigger" or something like that.
Huh. So, fun fact about this one: It's a Small World After All was originally built for the New York World's Fair, 1966. So, Disney agreed to do it because Pepsi was the one sponsoring the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Pepsi agreed to pay for the entire thing on their dime, and then let them buy the rights to it and move it back to California after the fair was done. Question number 5. In the live-action 1996 version of 101 Dalmatians, why does Cruella want the puppies? To turn them into a coat, to sell them in the black market, to release them in the wild, or to keep them as pets?
Okay, it's been a long time since I've seen this.
Oh, yeah, 1964 World's Fair. That's what it was. I knew it was in that general region.
So Lila loves the animated version of 101 Dalmatians. I don't know if I've ever. I think I've seen the live action one, but
yeah, we have that one, Kyle. We've seen it. Well, we owned it as kids.
I thought it was 102 that we had.
Well, we had that one too.
We had the first one?
Yeah.
I don't really remember that one.
She wants to turn him into a coat, which is kind of weird.
Right. Well, yeah, as you say, it's the
Puppy.
same as in the animated one.
Yeah, and she wanted him as I honestly don't remember that. But that's just weird. But I guess because with puppies, the fur is much softer than when they get older, I guess. I don't know. Allegedly.
Especially considering, like, in the animated one, the lengths that they go to get the puppies.
Yeah, right.
The fact that she's like literally ready to run the guy driving the delivery truck off the road just to get the puppies.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so Stephanie gets one. Jackpot now moves to 2, and Kelsey moves to 2. So we have Mitchell still at the top of the board. We got Jackpot with 2 in second place, along with Kelsey and Joey. And then we have Stephanie, Jerry, Curtis, Evelyn, Alex, and Stephanie Sample in third place. I remember 102 Dalmatians much more than the first one because we watched it a lot more.
Yeah, I definitely
liking that. But all right, Kyle's got a bonus. He's super excited about it.
All right,
I'm excited to hear it. So if
what prominent?
Go ahead. I was just making the stakes higher, but go ahead.
All right, what prominent Hollywood actor? It's an actor, so it's a guy. What prominent actor is a well-known Disney mega fan and actually has one of Walt Disney's personal phone that he used in his office at his house? I'm curious if Dan knows this. He's a very well-known Disney buff.
I have a very good guess.
Okay.
I'm just going to guess.
Steph says Tom Hanks.
I'm just going to guess John Stamos.
Okay. A lot of people going Tom Hanks. It is not Tom Hanks. I will tell you, he loves Disneyland enough that he proposed to his now wife there.
Oh, yeah. Totally got it.
It is Stamos.
So John Stamos owns a lifetime pass to Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a boss.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a man crush on John Stamos, so and that's okay.
Him and his wife apparently do, like, I think I saw somewhere they actually do like a date day or a date night there like once a month, and when they go, they literally like dress up in Disney onesies.
That's awesome.
That's what I said.
I would love to see that. So nobody got it. I got it, but that's because I have no life. So,
that was pretty impressive how quickly you put that together.
I had a very good inkling of guess on that. So we're gonna leave it there then. So Mitch ends up Robert Downey Jr. because Kyle came up with it. Yeah, that's a good guess. Kyle loves Robert Downey Jr. So Mitch is the winner of the night. Mitch with 3 points. Congratulations, Mitch. Second place, we got Jeffrey, Kelsey, and Joey. And then we got a whole slew of people for third place. So congratulations to Mitch. That was a really good game. Had a lot of people placing.
That was really good.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday night, same time, same place. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much for watching.